Y'all ready to make some money in Major League Baseball today? Well, fire up the brigade because we got your best bets for Major League Baseball here for you today on Thursday, April 10th, 2025. Player props, NRFIs, run lines, you name it today, guys. We got 4 picks in the video. Let's get after it here today.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that cap made now. Straight fire.
Hello, my friends. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. If you're a returning viewer, also hit that like button for me as well. Pretty short slate in baseball today, guys. But we are going to have 4 picks in the video. We'll actually have an added play later on today. So we'll end up with 5 picks in Major League Baseball. So stay tuned, guys. Let's do a quick recap from yesterday. Unfortunately, it did not go so well for us, guys. We ended up going 1-3. Minus 1.70 units. Now, again, if you were to hit a play yesterday, we did hit the right one. We hit Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases for plus 130. So at least it kind of limited the damage. But we missed the NRFI there in the Rays-Angels game. A grand slam with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. That definitely hurt, guys. That definitely hurt. And then the Phillies-Braves over 8.5. There was like no runs through the first like 5 or 6 innings of this game. And then the later innings, there were 7. And we had a runner on third, 4-3, bottom of the 9th. A chance to tie the game, which if it tied, we would have cashed. Just needed to get that runner in from third, and of course it couldn't quite happen. Definitely unfortunate there. Then we missed Lars Nootbaar over 1.5 bases. I believe he had 6 or 7 at bats. That game went into like 13 innings, I think. So really some nasty losses yesterday when you really look at it. We had a lot of opportunity with Nootbaar, and Duke couldn't even get a single. So absolutely ridiculous. But what can you do? Comet Capper recap from yesterday, guys. We had Mike Crone calling Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 bases. Lit Picks had a hit parlay that cashed, and then Tevin Herndon had the Rays money line. We love to see it, guys. Great call, etc. from our Comet Cappers. If you guys are interested in participating in that, drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our Comet Capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it's. Without further ado, I think it's time to get after it today, guys. We need a nice bounce back at baseball. Like I said, we're going to end up with 5 plays. 4 in the video. We'll have 1 Straight Fire MVP exclusive pick of the day, which if you guys would like access to that, sign up and become a member down below. All your links that you need for the channel are down below in the pinned comment description, whether you talk about social media, membership here at the channel, store merchandise, all that stuff down below in the pinned comment description. But without further ado, guys, let's get after it today. Let's get this sweep today in Major League Baseball. Getting right into our picks here at number 1. We're going right back to Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases here for the Boston Red Sox. Plus 125 odds on DraftKings, risking a unit here. Really love this spot again for Devers. Obviously, we took him yesterday. We love the matchup with the pitcher. Once again, more of the same today. Devers, a career 7 for 14 off the starter Chris Bassett today with 2 doubles and 3 home runs. Love those power numbers. So, obviously, he's likely to get at least 2 to 3, at least 2 at-bats versus Bassett. And just about half of his at-bats versus Bassett, he's gotten an extra base hit. 5 of the 14 at-bats, he's gotten an extra base hit. So that's pretty good odds. And he's the other 2 at-bats that he got singles. So you like seeing that. Like I said, could see more of the same today. He's been very hot of late and very hot at home. Man, it sounds a little strange just saying it. But anyway, he's locked in right now, though, batting .423, slugging .692 over his last 7 games after that horrible start to the season. He's brought his batting average all the way back to .265, and it was like 0 for like the first 10 games of the year. So that's pretty impressive what he's done here of late. He's cashed his 2+ bases prop in 5 of the last 8 games. So I like seeing that. Blue Jays also have the 8th worst bullpen ERA, the 14th most hits allowed, so his bullpen is certainly hittable as well. We got Devers hitting .455 so far at home, slugging .773 in home games. So really not much more you can ask for there as far as that goes. Like I said, he's been absolutely locked in at the plate. He didn't just cash last night. He hit 2 doubles last night. He got 4 bases last night. So you only need 1 double to cash this prop or 2 hits. But obviously, with Devers, we're more just hoping for the extra base hit. The likelihood of him getting 2 hits is obviously less than him getting, you want to see him lace a double or a homer. I don't mind if he comes out in the first inning and hits a single. Obviously, that's not a problem. But I'd rather see him lace a double or a homer and just get this done early like he did yesterday. I believe he cashed this line in like the 3rd inning. And then he also got a double later in the game. So, love to see it, guys. He's, like I said, he's absolutely locked in at the plate. After what I saw the first, 5-6 games from him, or 7 games from him in the season, he wasn't even making contact with the baseball. And now that he's back to doing that, he is absolutely scorching at the plate. So, love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. We're going Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases here for the Boston Red Sox. Going plus 125 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we are going with the Philadelphia Phillies, Atlanta Braves, NRFI bet here. No run first inning, minus 130 odds on Caesars, risking a unit here. I don't love the value in some ways, at minus 130, but if you're looking for a winner as far as a NRFI today, this would be the one that I see hitting, and it's not bad. Minus 130 isn't terrible. Obviously, the books have really stripped a lot of the value away on NRFIs so far this year. If you're playing NRFIs, you're laying a lot of juice usually. But this isn't too bad. Minus 130 is usually about the cutoff for me. But you got Luzardo here going for the Phillies. 2-0, 1.50 ERA, 0.92 whip so far this season. So obviously he's been pretty dominant so far. Same thing on the other side for Schwellenbach. 1-0, 0.00 ERA, 0.29 whip in 2 starts. So obviously he has been absolutely dominant his first 2 starts this season. He's barely even allowing a base runner. And I think, obviously, I love that. There's a lot to love there from Schwellenbach if he's doing that. There's a good chance he's able to hold this Phillies lineup down. Both these teams really have struggled to score early in games, and we saw that yesterday. We didn't see any runs in between these 2 teams until like the 6th or 7th inning, which was surprising. Because you think with all the big names that these teams have, Harper, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Castellanos, Austin Riley, Ozuna, Sean Murphy, all these guys, and no runs. So obviously we took the over and runs full game yesterday. But I do like the NRFI here. Like I said, they've struggled to score early. Both these teams tied for 23rd and first inning run production. And also the specific matchups is really what I'm looking at here. The Atlanta Braves, 4th worst batting average versus lefties so far at a .169 average. Now on the other side, the Phillies are 7th best versus right-handed pitching. But Schwelly has been so dominant, I'm willing to back him versus anybody. Like I said, he's been absolutely shutting people down. Like I said, hasn't even barely allowed, not even really even allowing anything. Hits, walks, nothing. This guy has been so dominant to start. You don't usually see a .29 whip through 2 starts. That's pretty impressive. Like I said, I can get behind both of these pitchers. I've taken them both for NRFIs in the past, and usually they've treated me pretty well. Not usually in the same game, obviously. I don't think I've ever taken this specific matchup. But here, obviously, love that we're getting it. We're getting 2 really good pitchers against 2 offenses that I think are still trying to find themselves here early in the season. You get the sense that both these offenses have gotten off to slow starts here early on in the season. And, particularly the Braves. The Braves were 30th in runs scored, and they finally picked it up a little bit here in this series. But I think this is a great spot for the NRFI. So love it there for number 2 pick, guys. Well, the Philadelphia Phillies, Atlanta Braves, NRFI bet here. No run first inning, minus 130 odds on Caesars. Okay, and at number 3, we got another great value pick here, guys. We got Ty France over 1.5 bases here for these Minnesota Twins. Plus 150 odds on ESPN bet, risking a unit here. Believe it or not, guys, the basis props have treated us okay. We have not really had a problem with basis props in a lot of ways of late. And honestly, we get great value on them. So I'm going to keep hammering these basis props right now. And I love this one today for France. France, a career 10 for 20 off the starter Waka today with 5 doubles. He has absolutely nerfed this guy so far. And Waka so far has struggled 0-2, 4.66 ERA, 1.55 whip, 357 batting average allowed to right-handed bat. So obviously that's good for us. We like seeing that. He's already proven it against Waka as well. And we've seen the power in Francis' bat of late. He's been on a tear, going 5 of his last 12 at the plate with 2 doubles and a home run, cashing 2+ bases in 3 of the last 3 games, all versus yours truly, the Kansas City Royals. So I think he completes the 4-game, 2 bases sweep in this series, and in a great spot for him here. He's swinging, like I said, a pretty hot bat, and for plus 150, guys, I'm going to take a shot at it. I absolutely love the value on that. You can make a unit and a half on that. What are we doing? Why not? Like I said, also love that he is on the road. Devers is not on the road, by the way, which normally I like taking road batter props. Now, Devers, like I said yesterday, we make an exception for because he's hitting so good at home, and he did cash yesterday. So I don't have a problem with guys like Devers at home. France is a guy I'd want to take usually on the road, unless his numbers are just crazy. But Ty France is a guy I like having him here on the spot in the road. And he's hitting more towards the middle of the lineup as well. He's hitting, I believe, 5th in the lineup, which isn't bad. But you definitely want the extra at-bats in the 9th inning for that to ensure he at least gets 4 at-bats, which he should today. So love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We got Ty France here, over 1.5 bases here for the Minnesota Twins, plus 150 odds on ESPN Bet. Okay, and finally for our number 4 pick, we're going Milwaukee Brewers money line here versus the Colorado Rockies, minus 115 odds on Fanatics. So if you look at the pitching matchup, you're probably going to see that the Rockies have a pretty decent edge with the pitching matchup, just because Priester, making his first start of the season for the Brewers, hasn't really proven a lot yet. I mean, he had a 4.71 ERA, a 1.41 whip in 7 starts last season. Didn't particularly have a good spring either. But for me, this really just comes down to the offenses, right? We saw the Brewers put up 17 runs yesterday, 7 runs in the first game. I think Priester could do enough versus a lineup that has been absolutely atrocious so far. The Rockies, 30th in runs per game so far this season. Haven't looked great the first couple games of this series either at home. They posted just 1 run in the opener and 2 runs yesterday. So I think Priester can hold them, to 5 or less runs, and I think if that happens, I think we win, honestly. I think the Brewers are going to put up at least 6 to 7 runs today. Like I said, you could look at the Brewers team total here as well. I don't mind that if it's reasonable. But I like taking the Brewers on the money line just because I just trust them overall as a team more. Like I said, they've won the first 2 of the series, 7-1, 17-2. Brewers are 5th in runs per game. Like I said, the Rockies are 30th. Big edge with the lineup, big edge. And I don't see a huge edge with the pitching matchup. You got Feltner here going to the mound for the Rockies, 0-0, 3.60 ERA, 1.4 whip. But he wasn't great in spring training either. He had a 6.14 ERA, a 1.70 whip in spring. So it's not like Feltner is unhittable or a dominant pitcher. He's, in the same type of realm as Priester in some ways. Obviously, he's got more experience. I would definitely give him an edge, but I wouldn't give him so big of an edge to say that the Rockies should be favored in this one. I think this is a game where, because of the offensive production, I'm taking the Brewers. You just got to take the Brewers here. Rockies have been horrible again to start the season. They're 2-9 on the year. They're just not a good baseball team, and they haven't been for a long time. So if you can get even value on the other side, I think you just take it. I think the Brewers, their bullpen's more reliable, their lineup's more reliable, and the pitching, like I said, they don't have the edge. Feltner, I'd say, would have the edge, but like I said, I think Priester can keep it close enough where I think the Brewers are gonna, like I said, have a great chance to win this game. And I love the Brew Crew today here at Coors Field. So love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got the Milwaukee Brewers money line here versus the Colorado Rockies. We're going minus 115 odds on Fanatics. Alright guys, that is going to do it for our picks. If y'all enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Keep in mind, we will have 5 Major League Baseball picks today. Our added SFP MVP play will be a basis prop. If you guys are interested in getting access to that, sign up, become an MVP below. You also get access to all of our picks and plays early with that membership. So, like I said, all the links that you need here at the channel are down below if you guys are interested in any social media links, merchandise, stuff like that. Outside of that, though, guys, pretty short slates in Major League Baseball and the NBA today. So just bet carefully. Granted, I'm going to end up with 8 plays today across the NBA and Major League Baseball. So we got 5. I found a lot of good, particularly bases props today that I really loved. So we got 5 props. We got 5 plays in Major League Baseball and we'll have 3 in the NBA. The NBA video will be coming out around 10 a.m. So make sure you guys look for that. Or so 10 to 10:30 Eastern time. And yeah, let's have a big day today. We ended up going 4 and 5 across the channel yesterday. Had a solid day in the NBA again, 3 and 2. But just 1 and 3 in baseball. Obviously, baseball is very disappointing. I didn't necessarily mind the looks though of baseball. You know, looking back on it, I'm like, well, Newpower got like 7 plate appearances, or 6 or 7 plate appearances. I don't know how the brother didn't get 2 bases yesterday. It drives me insane with that many opportunities. And then obviously that over in the Phillies game was definitely close. We definitely could have cashed it. You know, it just, I don't know, guys. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Obviously, we don't control the outcomes. We just try to put ourselves in position to cash, give ourselves an edge where we can give ourselves an edge. And we were close really on all of our bets in some ways. You know, the NRFI and the Angels and Rays game, we get 2 outs bottom of the first. Dude hits a grand slam. It's like we can't just lose a bet. They gotta embarrass us when we lose a bet. No, it is what it is. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's have a big day today. Drop your favorite pick below, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.